I give you the winner of Big Brother, Paul Clark.
Are you single?
Brian, no. I'm going.
No,
I'm not single while you get a date.
She is the youngest child.
Give me back my sausage.
I haven't got it.
Day 44, 9:53 a.m. It's Saturday morning, and for the second week running, Josh is the first housemate up. Today, Big Brother will set the group their weekly task.
Wow. That's obviously camouflage now.
Oh, for God's sake.
That looks like one of the similar to her thing. Yeah. I can't work out this though. What do you reckon?
Bloody hell. This is the thing you go in doing it. Oh my God. And we've got to put in microphones doing it as well.
It's not, I don't think this
I
actually...
kept thinking, oh my God, we're going to have out today.
I don't think this is penned down.
This is Big Brother. Would the housemates please not touch any of the structures in the garden?
I was only looking.
10:27 a.m. Josh and Elizabeth collect supplies from the storeroom.
This is Big Brother. Could Helen please come to the diary room?
Oh, good morning, Helen. Okay, probably about last night.
When you think about it, well, this is like week 7 now, I think, ooh, that seems like a really long time. And then when I think about it, sometimes I think, oh, it has gone slow. But then sometimes I think, I don't know, it's gone fast. It's weird to explain. Sometimes I think, yeah, the days do go fast. But sometimes I think, yeah, it's gone fast. You know, when you think, how many weeks? We've done 6 weeks and there's only 3 weeks. When you think we've done 6 weeks, it's gone fast. But then you think there's only 3 weeks left. Oh, will they go slower or whatever? You know, but you don't know if you're going to be here for 3 weeks. But no, but apart from that, I'm fine.
11:42 a.m. Helen has gone back to bed. Big Brother calls Josh to the diary room.
Last night, as strange as ever, Friday's always difficult, I think, for everyone and myself. But I quite liked Emma, and it was strange seeing her go. And the group seems to have shrunk even more, so it's very strange. Friday's very weird indeed. I think what happens is that as soon as somebody leaves, there's a vacuum, and that vacuum sort of taken up as people sort of move around and talk and start to discuss a lot more between themselves. I've noticed that Elizabeth and Brian have started talking a lot more, and they were saying last night that, you know, they hadn't really spoken. And what happens is, as soon as someone goes, maybe you were close to that person, you move on and you get to know other people a lot more and a lot deeper, and you find out a lot more about them. I've sort of found I get more time to talk to Dean, Elizabeth, even spend talking to Paul a lot more now. So I think that's what happens as soon as someone leaves, you sort of reshuffle yourselves and spend more time talking to the others.
12:51 p.m. All of the housemates are in bed.
This is Big Brother. The housemates have 10 minutes left to finalise any extras for their shopping list.
1:10 p.m. All the housemates are now up except Paul.
Ryan.
I was in a real deep sleep.
Coma house.
Yeah.
Isn't it? 1 o'clock.
Is Paul awake?
Yeah.
Yesterday was the 4th consecutive Friday that Paul survived the public vote.
Paul's relationship with the mirror has become increasingly important to him. Paul has always been the biggest user of mirrors in the house. He uses them 5 to 10 times as much as everyone else. There are times when he simply can't help himself. Part of this is due to vanity, but mirrors are about much more. The way people use mirrors tells us a lot about their personality. In Paul's case, it also provides important clues to how he feels about himself and his changing situation within the house.
There you are, you're doing it again.
I know.
In the early days, Paul's mirror watching was brief and functional. His concern was with his physical appearance. We can see this in the way he fiddles with the front of his hair, the part he assumes to be most visible to others. As the weeks have gone by, Paul has become increasingly confused. He knows that his housemates are rejecting him, but he doesn't know whether the public vote is for him or against his opponent.
I can reveal that the 5th person to be evicted from the Big Brother house will be Emma.
He's no longer sure how he's perceived.
Come on, Emma.
This has coincided with a 4-fold increase in his mirror watching. He's now using the mirror to try and understand how other people see him. This is supported by the fact that most of his mirror use occurs during the weekends, right after evictions. In fact, on one Sunday, he looked at himself around about 30 times in half an hour. But Paul is also isolated from the group. Because he's not getting any support or affection from the others, he's had to seek it elsewhere, and he's done this with mirrors.
I've always wanted to do it. Okay, now it's kind of blonde, isn't it?
Increasingly, we see him touching the top and back of his head. These are classic self-comforting gestures. Paul is actually doing to himself what he would like others to do to him. Recently, Paul has become much more confident, and we can see this reflected in the mirror. Shortly after Bubble's eviction, we see him rolling back his shoulders, puffing out his chest, and stepping back to admire himself. His attention has shifted from his face to the more powerful muscles of his body. Our self-esteem is based largely on the positive responses of others. Now, Paul isn't getting this from the other housemates, so resourcefully, he's gone elsewhere. When he gets up in the morning, the first thing Paul does is look for himself in the mirror. It's only here that he can get really close to someone whose movements are perfectly synchronized with his own. If Paul's not careful, the most meaningful relationship he has in the house could be the one he has with his own image.
1:30 p.m. Big Brother has set the group their weekly challenge. They must decide what percentage of their shopping budget, of £42, to gamble on successfully completing it.
Housemates, this week's task will test your ability to work as a team, Brian.
That's me failed.
Very well at that, Bram.
I'm doing okay.
A skills course has been set up in the garden. It consists of 3 obstacles: a spider's web, the wall and the toxic swamp. You'll have to take a drum kit apart at one end of the course and then transport it to the other end. To do this successfully, you will have to dismantle the drum kit, negotiate the 3 obstacles, get all housemates to the finish area, rebuild the kit correctly, and one housemate must sound each drum and cymbal to signal that you've finished.
Evil.
That's wicked tough.
Pungent.
If a housemate or a piece of kit touches the... To successfully pass the task, you have to complete the course within 8 minutes and 15 seconds. This time includes any time penalties you may incur.
I mean, I'm confident if I put the work in, I'll do it, but I'm doing off chance.
But there's the off chance that I could trip, or I could fall over, or I could
Well,
do
there's
something.
the off chance anyone can trip and fall over.
But more likely me or Brian, I would say.
I think this is the most exciting task
Yeah, I do,
ones
actually.
we've had.
Yeah.
I think it'll be...
And I think that means we're going to have we've got 3-4 days, but I think this is something that you're going to want to practice.
I'd gamble
People are still
50.
going to want to do it.
I'm gambling,
50.
I'm gambling 30 or 40.
I'd gamble
What do you do,
50.
Paul?
Yeah, I'd gamble 50 as well.
What would you do?
I'll go 30.
35?
Yeah, if you can you? Well,
Yeah,
You
it's
can
fine.
bet any percentage you want. You can do 36% if you want.
Yeah, for a laugh, do they say?
Hello, Dean.
Hello. We've decided our gamble, which is 36.4%.
Thank you, Dean.
Thanks a lot.
1:42 p.m. Helen is cooking porridge for the group.
So, guys, we're all going to spend 50 days in this house.
50 days in this house, we'll lose
Oh,
it.
yeah?
Bloody hell.
50 days.
My God.
Pretty well.
Think about being anywhere for 50 days in this tiny amount of space.
God.
Do you know what I mean?
Doesn't seem like 50 days, though.
I mean,
No.
where haven't you been? Yes.
Perhaps I haven't sat by there. I don't know, perhaps I've sat by there.
You haven't been in the shack?
Not
You
on my
haven't?
own.
Yeah,
I think I've been, and when I say everywhere, I mean, you know,
Mate, when we were playing tennis,
think I've been-
when we were
you
playing
know,
tennis, I think
everywhere.
we've covered every
every
area of
little
this.
place in here. Possibly
Think
not.
that.
I was ever in
I don't think I've been jammed between the shower thing.
Have you been
I've
in
been
there?
inside there.
You've been
You've been
inside
inside
You haven't been
there.
inside?
I have, yeah.
In where? In where?
Inside
That
the
Troopy
women's
thing,
club.
I've been in there.
I haven't been after.
I've
there
been in
with
there. There's no camera in there, Dean.
I haven't been here as well. I haven't been there yet.
Have you been behind the counter?
I have to get a ball, yeah.
So have I.
I've been round there a few times to clean the
I've never been in
mirrors.
the diary room yet.
Imagine if you haven't been in the diary room yet.
4:12 p.m. Big Brother has supplied the group with protective clothing, which they must wear when practicing this week's task.
Stand by.
No!
Stand by.
Haha, Mr. Raptor. He's hurting me! Right. That was a bit rude.
He's flying.
The visor's gone. So what's being made?
Janet Jackson. Oh my God, the body, look at that body, shaking that thing, looking up at this seat, got a nice package, all right. Guess gonna have to ride it tonight.
4:32 p.m. The group practice a section of their new task, transporting parts of the drum kit across a toxic swamp using ropes.
Okay, secure.
Yeah, actually,
Go, hang on.
actually, wait a minute.
stop a
Helen's
minute.
got a valid point. Can she just walk around, or does she have to go with someone with a piece?
I think we better go and ask
That's
them
so
that.
time consuming. It doesn't
Yeah,
say
I know
that,
it is,
though.
but we just have to make sure whether you have to do it
Yeah,
or
well, it
not.
didn't say.
Look, basically, right, we've read this once. No one knows exactly through reading it
That's
once.
it, we're
That's
asking.
why
That's what we're
we're
asking.
repeating
That's
it
what
now.
we're asking.
Go and ask them.
You can
I
clarify.
will. Can I just read this for 1 second? Guys, straight away, this is something that we're not doing, right? Only one pair at a time may be in the toxic swamp section. When we're walking backwards and forwards over each other, we're fucking that up.
.48 p.m. Most of the housemates are in the garden. Paul talks to Big Brother in the diary room.
The Friday is always going to be the same. Always going to be the same. The only time where the Friday may be different now is if someone who I care about more would be up, i.e. who's left the house, Helen, yeah? Someone like Helen I could end up bantering with quite easily, and I think that when you start bantering with someone, that means that you've gelled quite well, you can take the piss out of each other and so on. But other people, you know, I wouldn't. I'd still sort of tiptoe a little bit because I don't feel that I know them maybe well enough. So that would be different. Yeah, if it was like I was up against Helen or something, then, you know, I think that Friday would be a different day. But at the moment, it's kind of like the Friday comes and it's really, really not nice. It's not nice at all.
That smells like something I expelled when I was 14 in my bed.
Oh, Brian!
We could all be up. 1 week, can we?
Possible.
Yeah, it could be.
is.
6:41 p.m. The group have now been up for 5.5 hours. Dean prepares chili con carne for a late lunch.
Yeah. How's it tasting, Dean?
It's good, yeah?
Yeah?
It's all right.
Cool.
25 to 7.
Already?
Yeah,
Is it?
25 to 7.
Dean, we better get changed. You're coming in Soho with me tonight.
I can't be bothered. I'm gonna. Should we just stay in?
I'll phone Chris, Richard and Keith and tell them I can't make
I won't
it.
worry, Keith. He's probably gone out with somebody.
Yeah, probably is actually. How rude. Just I'm being nice, getting on a one-to-one with Josh, sitting and talking to him, going, God, he really is a nice guy, maybe, yeah. And then
Out of the blue.
Out of the blue.
Going, I'm back to being a painful bitch.
From the day they met, the relationship between Brian and Josh has been fraught with tension. This week, however, it appeared to hit the rocks.
My second nomination is Brian. The reason for this is it has been a struggle with Brian all along. I don't really think he gets on well with me and he hides it.
But subsequently, relations have disintegrated even further. And when the two squared up to talk about the tension between them, Josh made it clear that much of the problem was Brian's sense of humour.
But it was a joke. I didn't mean it. It wasn't spite.
But sometimes you don't know where to draw the line. That's the problem.
I think relatively, when it comes to me and you, it's a constant misjudgment. I don't think you're ever going to get my character. I think you really are. I don't think I'm ever going to understand you.
Up until recently, humour has been Brian's strongest weapon, but critically, it has depended upon partners like Narinder and Bubble who were prepared to play along with him.
Please, I never got hand-me-downs from Big Brother. I got enough clothes from me. Dorothy Perkins, size 12, whatever.
Taken out of context, many of the comments made by Brian, Narinder and Bubble could sound extremely spiteful, but none of them does take offence, because they all understand the rules of the particular game they're playing, that of the ritualised insult.
Dude, your ears are out of shape. They're never in balance, all right? You are
Rule number one is that both parties have to signal a willingness to cooperate. They do this by maintaining high levels of eye contact throughout. Both parties must also exchange insults on a mutually agreed topic.
Look, your hair's not done, you got stubble, your fashion is shit.
I've got 4 words for you. Look in the mirror.
They're the perfect comedy double act. But Narinder and Bubble have gone, leaving Brian without a partner. And now he has Josh in his sights.
Who's the bitch in the kitchen? Oh, it's Josh.
The rules for ritual insults mean that even the severest tease can be funny if reciprocated. But if someone doesn't play along, the insults cease to be funny and they're taken personally.
Josh's like, if I wasn't stirring this porridge, I swear I'd belt him one.
Although Josh says he's okay,
I'm quite fine. I'm used to you by now, Brian.
his true feelings are revealed in a grimace.
You're not, though.
Oh, yeah?
No, I think it's sometimes you're not.
I'm so used to you.
Furthermore, the group are picking up on Josh's discomfort.
So I found Brian quite shocking. And I'm thinking, is that humour? Because in my world, that's shocking.
Yeah.
And you don't say that.
Yeah.
Can Brian be sufficiently sensitive to the responses of the remaining housemates to adapt his humour to the changed situation in the house?
8:50 p.m. Big Brother has set the group a taste challenge. They've been given samples of 10 gourmet cheeses. They must guess which country and animal each cheese is from. They must get half of the cheeses right to be rewarded with a cheese and wine evening.
Are we going to do one at a time then?
Yeah,
Well, I
why
really
don't
don't
you
eat
just all
cheese,
go
as
through
you know, so
you?
we'll start with A, shall we? I just think the...
Should we all eat
Right, we're going
A?
to start with A.
It's like Emmental.
Yeah, yes.
It's like Emmental.
Is that France then?
That's Dutch.
C.
Proud France.
C is smoked cheese,
Smoked cheese, is it?
I think.
Are you going to have these?
It smells like my feet, guys.
between them.
That's bile.
It smells of cattle, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm going for
Taste.
sheep. Do you reckon? I'm going to try it.
It's just a rotten vegetables.
For me, it's taste of farmyard.
Yes.
Let's get all this right.
Yeah.
Taste of farmyard, doesn't it?
I've had that
sheep,
before.
would you?
Yeah.
210
You
here.
don't know that texture.
Yeah, we're going to do the others as well.
If you smell that.
Oh, that stinks.
You don't even need cheese up.
That smells like something I expelled when I was 14 in my bed.
Oh, Brian!
Brian.
I'm sorry, but it does.
9:51 p.m. The housemates got over half of their answers right. Big Brother has delivered 4 bottles of specially selected wine, more cheese and crackers.
The crackers
Josh, what does
are
that taste like?
yummy.
This is really nice. It's not offensive whatsoever. You'll really like it.
What is the
What is
taste of
it?
It's just soft cheese. It's really
Oh,
nice.
I
You
got
will
it.
like this.
Isn't it?
Look here,
So
let me put
Dean,
this
your
in.
best
I'll try
moment
one in
in
a
here.
minute, Josh.
Your best moment is breaking a world record, and
really
your
nice,
worst
just like
moment is
sausage.
not sticking by Wales and
Exactly.
Italy.
You lost the last voting.
You'll like
Is it
it.
nice?
It's
Is
absolutely
it like
Better than it doesn't. It's not got such an aftertaste.
Oh my god.
Josh, is that like soft cheese like Philadelphia
It's
stuff?
lovely, isn't it?
That's a disgusting.
No, it's not that.
Bloody son.
You'll like one of these, Helen, if you try them. You will find one you like.
Elizabeth.
That's your Irish folk.
This wine's like sherry, isn't it?
Cheesy.
Nice, isn't it?
Nice, but
It's
like,
lovely.
It's like sherry.
It's a lovely wine.
Help yourself, Bri.
I think I'm going to stick
What's
with
that
Helen.
one like?
This brew is lovely.
Hang on, we've got a certain knife just for the cheddar because me and Brian don't like
I'm going to leave this house a cheese-eating, wine-drinking, dog-loving,
Intellectual.
Tai Chi doing, book reading, loving everyone,
Backgammon playing.
backgammon playing, puff.
Well, no
Cheers, everybody. Cheers to everyone's fantastic cheese.
Cheers to guesswork.
Yeah, I didn't really know what was going on.
Cheers to Ireland and their lovely
Cheers to
cheese.
7 weeks.
Estimations.
Nearly.
Cheers,
Listen
Dean.
to Dean because it was Wales.
It was Wales.
Cheers to nearly 7 weeks.
Absolutely.
Cheers,
Well
Paul.
done, guys.
Cheers, Dean.
What a mate.
Cheers.
Dean.
I can't be bothered to
Cheers.
come on.
11:01 p.m. Big Brother calls Elizabeth to the diary room.
I actually was having probably my first really boring day today. I always find Saturdays quite difficult because it's just really weird when someone's left. It takes quite a while to get used to it. And getting up late as well and sleeping in, I don't like either. So I'm covered in flour. So it's been really, thank you very much. It's been really lovely and I feel such an ignoramus because I didn't even know Roquefort was made from a sheep.
11:32 p.m. The group have drunk 4 bottles of wine. Dean and Paul discuss what type of women they find attractive.
I've only got one thing in common.
Have we done the Baptist
Doesn't matter. Hair colour, eye colour, personality, whatever. I've only got one thing in
Chunky?
common. I do like girly girls, and that's the truth.
And
And
that's-
that is a pattern with all,
Yeah.
all my girls, but there's got to be an air of intelligence, otherwise it would do your head in.
I've blown it, haven't I?
Yeah, no, you haven't at all.
But it would do your head in if they could.
How do you
not
have men out there
string
queuing up
sentences
for you?
Getting
Could you
lost.
imagine dating a guy who couldn't
course
string
you will.
sentences together?
Bloody chunky blonde Welsh git from Wales.
You've got a downer on yourself, mate.
Too right. Little Miss Sparkle, life and soul.
Well, Helen, we've always got each other. Won't be queuing for me either.
I could always try and turn you, couldn't I,
Yeah,
love?
you're right. But you, they're going to be
You
cute.
see,
Yeah, you're right, but with Helen,
Yeah, crew around the block.
don't hold your
she's
breath.
different.
Yeah,
We'll be going that Paul Clark. Silly boy.
blew it.
12:44 a.m. Paul and Helen are in the hot tub.
You do contradict yourself in a way, though, don't you? Oh, I like girly girls. I like girls with long blonde hair. I like girls in tracksuits and a t-shirt. I like girls with long brown hair. I think you like any type of girls, Paul Clark, don't you? I like girls with a fit.
I like any girls who when I initially see them, I like gel with them. Do you know what I mean?
Hello.
Hello. Hi, big brother. Brian, what were you going to say?
We're wondering, can we get more alcohol? But it's purely just for Josh. It's what reasons?
Stressful.
It's for stressful
We're
reasons.
very stressed.
Yeah.
Very stressed. We've done very well. We've had a very fantastic day.
Yeah.
And we just need to wind down just a little incy bit more.
And I'm not getting on with Josh at all. He's not getting on with me. I think
And
we just need alcohol. Don't you agree?
just a touch.
Yeah. Just to relax.
A couple more bottles
Yeah.
would be fantastic.
Would be yeah.
There'll be no more alcohol coming into the house tonight.
What's your name? You've got a very relaxing voice.
This is Big Brother.
Do they call you Big Brother for a reason?
That's
Okay, so are you single?
Brian, I'm going.
No,
I'm not saying why you get a date.
Hold on. Are you seeing anyone? Are you seeing Big Sister? Have you got a boy or girlfriend?
Brian.
He's probably
Behave.
hermaphrodite.
1:27 a.m. Josh has gone to bed. Brian, Paul and Helen are in the lounge, while Dean waters the vegetable garden with Elizabeth.
I was thinking about sleeping in here the other night. But it was
Apart
when
from-
Amma left, and I thought I couldn't do that because then H would get really silly, funny signals, which for me would be Elizabeth just wants to sleep in the den, but for H would be obviously Elizabeth's making a statement. Do you know what I mean?
Doesn't wanna be with
And I
me.
just thought I don't want to go there because it doesn't mean that at all, so I will sleep in the room. Do you know what I mean?
Multiple thinking woman.
But you know what I mean?
No, no, you've got to consider other people. That's the thing
Yeah,
about
and
being
I just
here.
thought she just wouldn't understand why. She would
Yeah.
just think, oh, it's this big sign saying that
Yeah, because she's very sensitive and that is
Oversensitive.
what she. Yeah, that is what she.
E paranoid.
Yeah.
She's got to get more of a grounding in what is sensitivity and what is not sensitivity.
Next week, guys, I'll be heading for week 8.
This time next week.
Next Saturday will be week 8.
Yeah, it will.
This time next week, somebody else is not going to be here.
Who will it be, Helen?
Look what they've got us dressed as, the fuckers. Have a look a minute.
I know.
How ridiculous
Still having a
do you
laugh.
feel?
Brian.
Day 45, 8:59 a.m. Paul is a sleep talker.
Thank you for picking me. Everyone who did. That was cool. You've been talking out really loud.
While the rest of the group sleep, Elizabeth and Josh do this week's shopping list. Having failed last week's task, they only have £24.50 to supplement their basic supplies such as pasta, flour and rice.
We'll start cutting down on lunches. That's why I thought more beans and stuff, because we can just do beans and toast and stuff for lunch. I just think, I don't know, I think we're doing too fancy lunches.
Well, I don't agree, really.
Don't you? All right, well, that's cool.
No, I just think we're not running out of food. We've got enough food. People want lunches like that. Great if they don't.
Okay.
Fantastic.
And we've got what? We've got...
Penny left.
No, we've got, not got penny.
Oh, sorry, 39.
21 pence.
So
Sometimes you get three
three
beans.
tins of spaghetti.
What's beans? We've got more. We've got 6 of spaghetti already.
2 of beans then.
And we forgot to get the quote on our penny chews. Shall I just put it in there? 3 penny chews.
Go on then.
Okay.
Hello, Josh.
Hi, big brother. Got the this week's shopping list. It's not very extensive.
11:20 a.m. Paul and Brian are still asleep. Helen is making porridge for breakfast.
No, guys, there's all the... Oh, don't matter. Yeah, there's all the sugar in there. It's a bit of an accident again with the sugar.
Did you? Let's get rid of this. Fatty.
Porridge is good for you, though, Josh.
Huh?
Porridge is good for you.
Yeah, porridge is good.
Do you want that one, Joshua?
Thank you very much.
There is bits on the side, sorry. What's it like?
It's all right. It's nice. Don't need any sugar, actually. It's
I
quite
thought
sweet.
that. Only quiet in you today.
Yeah.
I am the porridge princess now, aren't I?
You are, babes. You're fantastic at making porridge.
If the experience of being the Big Brother house has made children of the group, Helen has carved out a more particular role for herself. She is the youngest child.
Give me back my sausage.
I haven't got it.
I want
Helen's endearing childlike qualities are consistently communicated to the housemates without inhibition.
Can I do it? Oh yeah, let's have a go!
She tends to use short, simple sentences and often refers to herself in the third person, just as a child would.
Yeah, but that's just Helen living in Helen's little land.
Her face is expressive, and she frequently widens her eyes when she speaks. This makes her eyes look bigger, a baby-like quality which appeals to the other housemates. They are biologically tuned to nurture and care for the young, ensuring the survival of the species. Even the smallest children will care for a baby.
Do you want to go sit outside?
This has advantages for both sides. For Helen, it means that any weaknesses are tolerated and even indulged by the group.
You miss it, G. I miss it, baby. I miss it,
It also means that she is not perceived as a threat to others in this competitive environment.
You're in the Big Brother house.
However, the role of youngest child may only be successful in the short term. There's a downside to having a child in the house.
So this one's on CPR.
Oh shit, there's no chance of me doing that.
It'll be fine.
Big Brother will not reveal whether questions are wrong until the person who has answered incorrectly leaves the diary.
So then announce you have got one question wrong.
When the person leaves the diary room, so you're going to know who's got it wrong, and it's going to be me. But there's the odd chance that I could trip, or I could fall over, or I could do something.
There's the off chance anyone can trip and fall over.
But more likely me or Brian, I would say.
Children need looking after. They don't always pull their weight or complete tasks. The costs of looking after her may outweigh the benefits of having her around.
When Helen goes off, I can't cope with it.
Really? Do you just want to go sit there and be quiet?
Just shut down. Why can't you be normal? Why can't I smack you over the head? Why do you make me feel like this when I never usually do?
Already we see some signs of resentment creeping in.
The second nomination is Helen, and again, she's a lovely person and I get on with her, but sometimes the decibel levels are just a bit high for me.
Unfortunately, one of Helen's most appealing assets could lead to her downfall.
12:28 p.m. Paul is still in bed. Brian and Dean have told the girls about his sleep talking.
But he actually started, and thanks everyone for being here. I knew I could do this. I knew I could win this or something like that.
It was bad. It was bad. It's not going to look good. Together.
It'd be exciting, wouldn't it?
It'd be fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the winner of Big Brother, Paul Clark.
Silence for a second. Paul.
Would you like to do your speech?
Yeah, we'd like your acceptance.
You gave your acceptance.
We've had it once. We've had it once, but can we have it again?
I'd like to thank everyone for giving me this opportunity. I knew I could win this.
Thanks for being here.
Voted
for me.
On my sister's baby's life.
And that's saying something.
I woke up and went to Paul just wins. And then you went,
Brian thought he'd been asleep.
I knew I could do this. I knew I stood a chance. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for trusting me.
And vote. Thanks for everyone who voted.
Thanks for everyone who trusted my fans. Who voted for me.
You're banned and now we're all banned.
Honestly, on my knees and I wouldn't swear.
No, I don't get it. I don't hang on a minute. Look, go back. What happens?
You gave yourself, you won. In your mind, you were talking about you won.
You were
Big Brother.
talking in your sleep this morning and you gave your acceptance speech.
For winning this, you said you knew
Definitely for winning this, you sure?
Yeah, thank all my fans for voting for me.
Voting.
1:14 p.m. Big Brother has given the group the chance to speak to a psychotherapist. Today, Dean, Elizabeth and Josh have all spent an hour with him. It's the only time the housemates can speak without being recorded. Before he entered the house, Josh told Big Brother that his family had known about his sexuality for a long time. In fact, only a few of them did.
Was it good, Josh?
It's very good.
Really?
Bit cleansing, to be honest.
Bit cleansing?
Yeah, a bit emotional.
Good. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah, I was a bit tearful.
Did he ask you the question?
Yeah, he did. Just asked me loads. It's all about my
kind of hit-
sexuality.
Really?
And why do you think I didn't tell my family till the last minute? And
I suppose, yeah, this is the first time
yeah.
you talked to him after you didn't tell him.
And he asked me why I didn't tell the truth to Big Brother and all stuff like that. So,
I love you.
so I was a bit mad.
It's hard coming in here though as well. Coming late. We had to deal with.
He says a lot.
Do you know what I mean? Telling,
it was a bit
not
much.
telling your family, and then it's a lot to deal with.
Both him and Brian are going out not knowing
what's waiting.
I did concerns about what my family and how this thing, and you know, I didn't want to hurt them. I said I felt selfish coming in here. Actually, told him that.
Yeah, but it is, at the end of the day, it is about you, isn't it, mate?
I know.
Do you know, and hiding that, while you might think it's selfish because you might hurt people because they don't know about that, the reality is they have to know about it because that is you.
Yeah. No. I said it's brought us 2 years closer to me and my family. It probably would be another 2 years down the line if I told them.
Yeah.
So that's the positive
Yeah,
thing.
it's the positive thing. I just felt a bit selfish being in here.
Oh, you shouldn't think like that.
No.
What did he say?
If you had come in, you wouldn't have then met any of us, and
know.
especially me.
Especially Miss Sparkles, I know.
Come on, boobs. Boobs, get the boobs. I've got her boobs. What? Okay, I've got a stomach.
Bum down.
I don't think I'm going to nominate Paul tomorrow.
Elizabeth is the third and final housemate to have spoken to the psychotherapist today.
No, it's actually, it's really nice talking to you because I feel a lot really positive now. I feel like I've been filled up again.
What?
Do you know when you feel like your batch is running a bit
It's like
low?
a reality. Touch back
touch
to
of
reality, isn't it? Yeah.
That this all does mean something, because he was kind of reminding me of my motivations. And I was like, yeah, I am here for that.
It doesn't have to be a problem-solving thing either.
Yeah.
It's not about
you don't
solving.
have to come in here because, you know, you think, yeah,
Yeah, I'm
problem-solving
going mad.
issue.
Can you help me? It's not
Yeah,
that.
it can just be like a nice chat.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was really nice. Thank you, Brett. And I said when I came out, I said, thank you very much for being very positive. And I just kind of feel happier.
Yeah, good.
Not that I was feeling really unhappy,
But
I feel a bit of a fuller person again.
no, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, it's nice. Oh, I've got to do my flan now.
2:30 p.m. The group are snacking on the cheese and crackers. Josh is making a fan.
I've been having impure thoughts lately, though. Everyone has those, though.
Not as much as you do.
I have them a lot because of my age, though. I just prefer not to talk about them.
I'll tell you a story, right? Look, you scary. True story. A friend of mine he bought this house in Moseley.
Where's Moseley?
Well, Birmingham. Really big house. And he was doing it up. And while he was doing it up, sorting the house out, he took up a carpet and underneath he found this key, right? He tried it in a few doors and thought, oh no, it mustn't be a key from here, you know, so he just put it on a shelf. When he got to the top of the house, he was in the attic. And he noticed in the corner like a small door, only about that big. Right, yeah, this small door about that big. He tried it and it was locked. So he thought, calm down.
Bodies of children.
So he thought, you know, he tried it and thought, oh, whatever, you know, it's into the other loft space where the water tank is or whatever. So he went upstairs with the key, turned it, opened the door, and he could just about crawl. He could just about crawl into the space. In the corner, he thought he could make out a chair, right? And there was like a little girl sitting on the chair, crying, right? He said, little girl, why are you crying? And she said, I'm not a little girl, I'm a great big...
It's funny.
4:46 p.m. The group are chatting about tomorrow's nominations. The next Big Brother eviction will take place on Friday the 13th of July.
How you feeling about tomorrow?
Don't know, it's got to be done, haven't it? But I don't want to do it. See what I mean? There's got to be two more than two people up for eviction this week, hasn't there? There's got to be. I reckon there's got to be about 3. We could all be up. 1 week, can we?
It's possible.
Yeah, could be.
It is.
I said to Elizabeth, I said, I can't leave on Friday the 13th, that's just pure evil.
Stop playing yourself.
Sorry, Josh, it's just around your presence. I want to be honest about it, you know. Can you imagine? Can you imagine me leaving on Friday? That's just that's just evil. That's a sign. That's
evil.
That's written.
It's written in the stars.
It's my destiny to go on Friday the 13th. That's just pure written. Evil.
Be good if we were all up.
I'd love we're all up. Be a test for all of us. The weakest link would not be in the house anymore.
That's what you like.
What are you looking at?
I'm not staring at anything, I'm staring into oblivion.
Is it nice? What's it like there?
Blank.
You will know soon enough, Brian.
You shall be with us.
In oblivion.
With us.
In oblivion.
With who?
Soon.
Oh, Josh, haha. Dean, tell him to stop messing.
5:24 p.m. and the group start to practice the web section of their weekly task. They must get the 18 pieces of the drum kit and themselves through different holes in the web without touching it. They're wearing the protective clothing Big Brother has provided.
Look what they've got us dressed as, the fuckers. Have a look a minute.
I know,
How ridiculous. Having a laugh.
I can't even put my hands.
I can't even. We won't be able to pick the thing up.
I feel very hot.
I feel very hot.
Shite.
Black tracksuit.
But this thing, the Blake 7 thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to take, yeah?
Yeah, go.
Right, ready?
Go.
Watch your feet, Brian.
Got it right there.
Straighten your arms.
Mind your head, keep your arms straight. Okay, and keep her weight. Keep her weight.
Yeah,
so I'm
got
not
it.
on
Point
her
your toes,
entirely.
Elizabeth.
Keep her weight.
You've got it.
I've got her. Watch her bum through.
I've got it.
Right, keep her legs straight.
toes.
Keep her legs straight. Keep her legs straight.
Keep
Just through. Excellent. Okay, next one. Brian. Okay, go slowly. Go slowly. Right, let me get my hand under. I've got the main of his weight. I've got all of his weight now.
He's going.
Go
Walk away.
straight, go
I've got all his weight. Keep
Watch
going.
your feet loose.
Run down.
Okay, flick.
Brilliant, Brian.
Thank you.
Helen.
I got the other side.
That's one of my hands.
Got you.
No, I need to go on the side,
Head down.
Elizabeth.
That's it. Don't look up again.
Keep going.
Come on, the boobs. Boobs, get the boobs.
I've got her boobs.
Right, okay, I've got a stomach.
Bum down, bum down.
We're getting you involved. We're learning to teach curry.
I wouldn't mind a bit, mate.
What if you met the ideal girl of your dreams, right? Thought she was lovely, fantastic, and all that, blah, blah, blah. But then when it gets down to business, she don't want to have sex before marriage. I think she's trying to trap you.
Yeah, I would. I'd be a
Would
bit
you?
concerned. Wouldn't feel too chuffed. No, sorry. I'll probably ask if I can have a bit on the side.
Brian. Oh, where's the one dice gone? Oh,
Doing that very well. I'm actually quite impressed.
To be honest, Josh, I'm actually finding this a very emotional part of the studio, and I'm actually beginning to fill up with tears.
I knew you would. It's you working with me. The first
Yeah,
time.
it's quite emotional. I'm feeling a little bit moved. Yeah. I'm okay to continue. I'm okay.
You're right. I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay, I've got to, I said if I shave my hair, if I'm here next week, I'll learn to play backgammon. That's sad, isn't it? With Gate, I might have to play backgammon. We should start making dares with each other, shouldn't we? To make nominations a bit more fun.
Yeah.
Do you think we should? Like, Dean, if you don't get nominated, you will have to dress in my clothes for the day.
That's not too bad.
Elizabeth has to wear
Makeup all day. My hair done.
She has to go as a girl the whole day.
Oh, with a dress.
Completely chic.
Okay.
I think Helen should dress.
As a schoolgirl.
Okay, Paul, no fantasies. What can Helen do?
Speak as quietly as Emma for the whole day.
Yes.
Impossible.
No screams.
No way!
10:40 p.m. Dean, Brian, Helen and Josh are playing a game in which they have to go through the alphabet and think of animal names starting with each letter. Brian is stuck on the letter I.
Have you all got one?
Yeah.
Are these familiar animals?
Not really.
I think they're going out.
Ewok.
Toggywog.
Ewok.
Foggy-wog.
Iguana.
What?
Iguana.
Yes, mate.
Okay.
Helen. Helen, you're first.
J.
It's 2.
There's loads.
A Jimmy.
A what?
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Another name for a baby kangaroo?
Joey.
Joey.
Joey. I love.
Okay, we'll
no.
have that.
Joey. Jimmy.
Jackal.
Jellyfish.
Yeah.
The Brian. I don't know for K. Koala bear.
There you go, dude. You don't know my arse.
Where?
Big Brother calls Dean to the diary room to see how he found talking to the psychotherapist.
It's completely different. Firstly, very aware you're not being filmed and that it's not going to be broadcast, and it can't be broadcast. This room seems then more like a... It seems more intimate and more private. And yeah, I've thought about when I leave, maybe getting a therapist, because this whole experience for me has been one of self-discovery and pushing myself this way and that and trying to unravel who I am.
How are your feelings about nominations this week?
It's really hard this time. I think Paul has kind of put up with so much, being nominated so many times, that I don't think I'm going to nominate Paul tomorrow. And that sort of makes my mind up for me in a way as to who to nominate, although I don't want to nominate either of the people who that leaves for me, because personally there's 2 people I would never nominate left in the house. So in that way the choice is kind of made up for me, but it's not easy now. It really is not easy.
Next, our series Lawless continues with a look at the world's oldest profession, prostitution. And there's more from Big Brother tomorrow at 10. You can buy a Big Brother voucher for the latest gossip ringtones and icons sent direct to your mobile. Vouchers priced at £4.99 are available in the shops right now.